please take your seats. Okay, everybody, we're gonna get started. 请大家坐下，谢谢。外面那几位，我们要开始喽。If everybody could take their seats, please. Thank you. Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming. This is Future Ward Central. Welcome. And thank you so much for coming to our Hardware Massive event. We're doing it a little differently this time. We usually have our events at night, but we're trying out having our events in the afternoon, so welcome. Do we have any newcomers? First time to Hardware Massive here? Anyone? Oh, lots of newcomers. Welcome, welcome. A little intro about Hardware Massive. What is a hardware startup? Anybody? Anybody know? Okay. So a hardware startup is defined as a startup whose aim is to take a physical product to full-scale distribution. So it doesn't have to be just electronic. It can also be anything from a camera to a wooden toy to even clothes. So Hardware Massive's mission is to empower hardware startups to successfully take physical products to market through education, community, sharing of knowledge and resources, and networking. Okay, so Hardware Massive started up as like meetup groups, but then Meetup was not a sufficient platform for connecting hardware startups, entrepreneurs after the event. So they developed Hardware Massive, a platform to connect people in the hardware ecosystem, not just locally, but also globally. So now Hardware Massive has become a global platform with many local chapters for each respective city. So we are the Hardware Massive for Taipei. If you have time, you can check out their website for more information. So we're always looking for speakers and sponsors and anything. So if you're interested, you can contact me. So every year, Hardware Massive has HardwareCon 2017. So then here are some of the sponsors that have been there for the past couple of years. And so this year's HardwareCon is happening March 24th and 25th. So if you're interested in going, you can go onto their website and sign up. And okay, so before we start our main event, I would like to invite our co-host up for a few words. So please help me welcome Ellen from Triple.
Okay. I'm gonna spend like 5 to 2 minutes to introduce about Triple, this matchmaking platform. Just give you a short introduction about the Triple is the abbreviation of which stands for Taiwan Rapid Innovation Prototype League for Entrepreneurs. But easy way is the Triple, like what is what we are doing, and. So how do we start with this platform? Is the usually doing the hardware is not easy. Even you are going to crowdfunding campaign, and but the process or the step won't be less. So it's like in the easier way, it's like a orchestra scale. Like you need like 1,700 musicians to play the show, but usually. Don't have full stack of engineer, so it's like a small car versus orchestra scale. So you need someone who has a knowledge on the manufacturing process to help you to complete the process to make sure the product is commercializable. So there's a statistic showing on the Kickstarter, which is hardware related, showing that 25% of the hardware delivered on that platform are delivered on time, and the rest of 75% of the project will be delayed at least a month. So that shows how difficult it is to do the hardware. And so what we suggest hardware staff is to, in the early stage, it's better to involve the people who has the manufacturer process experience. So when you design your product and the spec and the cost and design are feasible, when you have your concept and you're trying to prove your concepts, to make sure that in a later stage there's not no underestimation of the schedule or the cost. So that's why we have this matchmaking platform, which is a government initiative, and is supported by the economic of by the government. Okay, so basically what we do is that we help global hardware-related staff to connect with Taiwan suppliers. So when they have the idea, they prove their concept. And when they are ready to commercialize their product, we help them, depends on their requirement and demand, and we help them to match with the right partners to make sure the product will be successful in the market. So if you look at the product development process, which our member, the speaker later will show more detail. If you are the startup and you have an idea and prove your concepts on the concept stage, and after the concept stage, then what we call the commercialization stage, then we help you to connect either the product development or like small pilot run or to mass production. At different stage, we help the hardware staff to match with the right partners. Currently, we have like more than 400 members across different industry and across different expertise to help you. So what we're trying to build is the win-win ecosystem, which staff will bring the trend and direction to Taiwan. And Taiwan, we have members, which is non-profit organization, to bring the value added to the project. And we have design house or system integrators who can help you to manage the project and manage your product. And even if you have designed your product, you are looking for EMS to produce the product, we have the manufacturer and factory to help you on the project as well. So we bring like the last 30 years experience of doing OEM and ODM, so to help you to start to commercialize their product. So it becomes like win-win ecosystem for both sides. So why triple? As I mentioned, we have been doing OEM ODM for the past 30 years. So the ecosystem suppliers in Taiwan has a capability to bring the high quality and more customization solution with the IP protection mindset when doing the business. And if you come into our platform, then each project we will assign a PM to help you to facilitate the matching process. And we will lead the staff and the supplier to discuss about the commercial part, but we'll make sure you will find the right partners. And the last point is the most frequent asked question, like whether this is charge any fee or service fee. For now, not yet, so come to us and use our resources. I'm going to show some of the successful cases. This is OB, stands for out-of-body experience. They are doing kind of like apparel with motion sensor and haptic feedback for mobile VR. So they want to bring the groundbreaking technology that allows user to control and feel the digital world. So you can like use the this is what they do. They use apparel and with sensors, and where with the VR, mobile VR, you can sense what you feel on the game. So they are Highway 1 alumni that we help them to match with the Taiwan electrical suppliers, and Metro is one of them, which is our speaker later on. and one of the leaders in apparel industry is helping them to do the garment design. And that's the other case which is quite successful in the Kickstarter campaign, doing the panoramic videos, portable one, yeah. And we help them to do the rapid prototyping and have the consultants on the design spec. And that's from France. Melomai is using EEG technologies to do the, relax your bodies and make your life more efficient. And we help them to find the tooling which is more precise, because like hazards, the tooling needs to be more like specific. And also the mechanical parts, we link them with the partner to on this project as well. And the last case I want to show you is the heart disease monitoring. That's bring the test in a portable way and help the user to detect the heart disease in the short period of time. Okay, so I want to end up with this slide. Like if you are doing innovations, Taiwan is a place that can help you. So our aim is to help your innovation happen. Yeah. So my name is Ellen P. I'm doing the international partnership, also linkage with the Howard overseas international or overseas Howard staff. So if any questions now. Today we have me and my colleague Marco with a triple name card. So come to talk to us if you want to link with some of the supplier in this event, so we can help you to bridge some introduction. So for networking, if you see this one with Nantech and with our business card, and that's a member from Triple. Staff from Triple, and if you see the one with the name count, that's our members, which is Taiwan suppliers. So you can come to approach them. We also have some of the accelerators representative here, or some of the wireless solution. So come to talk to us, then we can bring some introduction for networking. And we also have a demo today, Hap to You from France, which create the haptic technology. We encourage you to take a look and see, and if there's anything that new that can be connected. And welcome from Kitchen Bots doing the survey cookings. That's also they'll be showing some food demo that you can try and test. Okay, that's my presentation. Next, which is the most important one, is that I want to introduce you our member Dennis, which is doing the hardware and software one-stop solution to support hardware staff to design from the prototype until all the way until mass production. So he will be sharing some of the key things that you need to be pay attention doing when you design the product. That's welcome him. So we want to do it more like a relaxed way. So if you have any questions, you can mark it down, or things we will have time to, ask a question, right? Okay. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for your coming today. My name is Dennis on behalf of Metro Products. Today, I would like to share my experience in hardware development for startups and crowdfunding team. Sorry. Today's topic, including three major areas, including product development, design, and manufacturing. I will share my experience in hardware development. Some content the hardware staff must know before they kicking off their projects. I cannot guarantee the content I share today will make your project success, but I'm pretty sure they will great help you stay away from the dangerous zone. Although hardware is hard, but there still exists some guidelines to follow. I will share some of my experience later. I have an industrial design background with more than 30 years working experience for company. At that time, I worked as a product manager, designer, and I work for prototyping department and the tooling department. So after that, I collected all of information and my resource. I come up with a total solution for customers. The next page, I will show you some the video about my company. Please take a look. Thank you. That's my company. The first section I would like to share is about project management. The first part is hardware development process. I have been working with startup company and the crowdfunding team for many years. But actually, be honest, I never met any team with the knowledge to handle the hardware project. Actually, there are 3 steps to follow. Here you can see from concept and all the way to MP. A concept is a unique or amazing idea in your mind. You dream to save or change the whole world. And for the second is POC, means proof of concept. All hardware startups should roll your sleeve up to make your idea into a tangible form, allowing everyone to feel and touch how it looks like, and what it can do for users. The purpose of proof of concept is to prove if your idea is workable or with the potential of commercial value. EVT means engineering, verification, and test. In this stage, industrial design, mechanical design, EE will help you to make your idea more user-friendly, like easy to use and usability or production ready for engineering point of view. And next, And the next is for the design, verification, and test, we call DVT. In this stage, keep function improve and debug on mechanical, EE, and even software. In this stage, variety of testing and including certification will be applied, including CE, FCC, EMI, EMC, ESD, etc., all for the purpose of product quality assurance. And for the next is PVT, means production verification and test. At this stage, now your project is one step closer to production. Tooling and the manufacturing jig will be ready to produce small batch sample for pilot run. Those samples will be arranged for series of testing, including reliability test, drop test, vibration, or even thermal shock, etc. All parts produced by the manufacturer will be delivered to EMS. We call it Electronic Manufacturing Service Factory. We'll take charge of all final assembly tests and the packing. Sometimes we call FATP. And to the MP, we call mass production. Once all of the quality issue and the manufacturing process are well settled, it's the time to run a bigger quantity order. So far, the goods should be quality enough and ready to ship out to any corner on planet. And this I would like to share is about hardware development takes time. It might take you around 10 to 12 months to complete hardware project from kickoff and all the way to shipping. Especially the product involves hardware, software, app, or even cloud computing. Especially those products involves hardware. Your new product won't be able to launch that soon because it's not that easy. It's not an easy job. A lot of conflicts is waiting for you ahead. Here you can see it takes averagely more than a month between different stages. Don't forget, the hardware must go through a lot of certification like CE, FCC, EMC, EMI, and ESD, especially for those devices with wireless connection, like IoT devices. Please keep in mind, a hardware product will be launched at least 10 months after your project kickoff. If everything goes smoothly without delay, and sometimes including your team member could fighting each other, they also delay your project. This is a trap. Don't touch Me Too product. When I work for a private company as product manager, I need to arrange a business trip to meet with my distributor to collect marketing information and the new product plan for new product planning. Sometimes they show me some Sometimes they show me hot sales item in the region. Soon I initiate a project to respond to their requirement in their market. but it's a trap. Why? Because once I saw a hit item in a store, they also meaning the product is dumping at a low price, or prepare to phase out. And don't forget, our new product proposal still stay on paperwork stage. It's a lazy way for a product manager to copy the specification from hot sales item and develop a similar one. Our new product will be launched 10 months after project start. The result, my company will get a dead product, the spec already out of date, and also the price is also higher compared with the competitor I focused 10 months ago. So the conclusion is, if you are a manager or you are a leader of your product, please don't make a Me Too product, because it is quite dangerous. Might kill you and your company. Just as Alan mentioned, why shipping delay for hardware crowdfunding? According to my experience, there are 3 major reasons. Congratulations, more and more startups earn their first angel fund from crowdfunding campaign. We also noticed that a lot of media reviews discussing the end result seems not happy as expected. In the category of design and technology, with more than 80% the shipping for baker is delayed. Although shipping delay with different kinds of reasons behind, but we conclude the following common mistakes among those hardware projects. The first one, they do not do proof of concept before crowdfunding campaign. Some startups begin their R&D just right after the crowdfunding is done. They shoot an amazing video in the campaign, but the prototype in the movie is fake. They don't have any idea how to build their product and deliver them to anywhere on time. The amazing function in video is overcommitment compared with final delivery. The second one is they underestimated the cost. They never make a cost estimation for their product before launching their crowdfunding campaign. The money they crowdfunded may be not enough for their tooling payment. And even for the unit cost, it's all higher than they expected in the origin. The third one is they underestimate the project schedule because they don't have any experience about how to manage hardware development process. So they never heard what is EVT, DVT, POC. They never heard about it. So it's very risky and might potentially hurt your brand image and reputation once your commitment is failed. You could consult and you should consult someone is professional in hardware development before you launch your crowdfunding campaign. But how about after crowdfunded? Startups cannot initiate a project only for crowdfunding backers because it's another trap. Once you get success in campaign, 2 things are very important you should do. The first one is you should get more funding from venture capital. That will make you to have enough weapon or energy to go to next level of your business. You need more money because you need to start to develop a new generation product for yourself. Also, you need product marketing, and you need to take a lot of money on it. And the more important, at this stage, you need to hire more excellent people or partner to work with you. So you need money. So for the money you crowdfunded is far not enough for your application. The second is sales more of your products. Only 500 or 1,000 backers in crowdfunding cannot make your company growth. You should consider putting your product in online store, just like Amazon, to create more sales volume. Crowdfunding success is the beginning, not the ending of your startup business. In this page, I would like to share a keyword. If you have a mobile phone or notebook in hand, please key in the following keyword, Dyson 5127. James Dyson is a legend in hardware development. All startups should learn from him. From 1987 to 1992, he spent more than 5,000 prototypes in 5 years to come up with an innovative ever turbo cleaner in their market. He failed again and again, but never gave up until success. I just checked the number. 2014, his sales volume, sales quantity of more than 10 billion US dollars. Just only a vacuum cleaner. And I would like to share the experience about design iteration. Design iteration is a series of product development process repeatedly, from design, test, debug, redesign, and test again. If you check the book, Google Spring, they also talking about the same thing. You cannot expect to get the optimized design results in the first time. Anyhow, startup is a journey to explore the territory you have never experienced before. So good luck to you. Please try again and again. And for the advantage of choosing Taiwan as partner, a lot of hardware startups go to China and look for manufacturing partner. But you have a better choice, Taiwan. Because there are at least with 3 advantages you should consider. The first one is IP protection. Taiwan is a global OEM, ODM base for years. We pretty understanding the importance of IP protection to customers. We always follow the terms of NDA to cooperate with customer projects. The attitude make global startups are happy to stay with us to make their dreams come true together. And for the second, product quality guarantee. The quality of products made in Taiwan is well known and recognized by worldwide market today. Local supply chain is friendly and happy to work with you and willing to share their knowledge and experience to help a startup's project success. Flexibility, speedy response is the advantage of collaborating with supply chain in Taiwan. The third one is quality R&D support. According to my understanding, all startups need technical support, especially in WE area or software area. Here you can find a lot of key component vendors here. All of them equipped with R&D support team, so you can easily to find them and get answer or support from them. Even you need a very small volume sample or need some kind of testing jig or tool, you can get the one from them. They are very willing to work with you. Especially in IT area, Taiwan is very competitive role in this area. Section 2, product design. I will use 2 case studies to share how a product was designed. The first one, in the first case study, I was requested to help my customer to develop a projector for kids you can see a sample there. Later, I will show you how it works. The first step is design thinking or brainstorming. In this stage, we will collect a lot of roles joined to the meeting, including designer or engineer, salespeople, or even we invite some parents and kids join to the meeting because this is a device, a LED projector for kids. In the meeting, the project leader should define what is necessary for kids and in a scenario of application. You should arrange a focus group to talk to their parents and kids, the potential buyer or users of your product. This is what you should do at this stage. And when the project manager collects all the information and spec for designer, and in this stage, designers start to use their talent and tools to develop a variety of possibility according to MRS, we call marketing requirement spec, for the product manager from the product manager defined. So this is one of the sketch our designer developed. It looks like a dog on the ground. And the designer will use all kinds of tools, including ruler, marker, and pencil or chalk to develop their ideas. In this stage, designers start to use their talent and the tools to do it. And when the design sketch is picked, the designer will start to use their skill, including using 3D CAD data, software, something like Pro-E, SolidWorks, Alias, or Rhino. Using such kind of 3D CAD software to build the dimensional model, it enables you to image how it looks like and measure what size the product might be in the future. And in this stage, the designer will using another kind of software for rendering, preparing CMF document for visualizing the color, material, and finish. This is for the purpose of making dummy or functional type in next stage. After that, after the ID is knocked down, mechanical engineer always concerns about how the new product will be produced or manufactured in a more cost-effective way, or if the strength is robust enough to pass the dropping test from the height of 1.5 meters. Here you can see we process the prototyping. The prototype could be made by CNC machining. After fine-tuning and painting, it will look like a real product that is mass production. Once we put the PCBA inside in the enclosure, then we can make a full function test for the product. From the picture here you can see, the far left one is before painting. Sometimes we call body in white. At that stage, we can test many kinds of testing, including if we put the PCBA inside, we can check if there exists any interference. After that, we can make painting. And also we can put the PCBA inside. Painting and even silk printing. When the prototype is done and all the mechanism and the bugs are found and removed, we can go to hard tooling. A hard tooling is for mass production purpose. It allows you to produce more than 50,000 pieces. Of course, it's by plastic injection for bigger volume order. Hard tooling needs longer lead time to build up Normally, it takes around 45 days for IoT device. Of course, it depends on how complicated your project is. And this is plastic injection. You can pick any color from Pantone color chips for your product. There are a lot of options on resin, like ABS, PC ABS, PMMA, etc. And selecting the surface refractiveness, like glossy, flat, or matte, all could be applied by following the CMF document. To the final stage, assembly. You have almost everything in hand now. All parts, including plastics, PCB assembly, and the package, will be delivered to EMS factory for final assembly. The production engineer department in EMS factory will issue SOP, means standard operating procedure document, providing the assembling guideline for operators to follow in their own working station step by step. And this is mission complete. This is the final goods. This device uses only 20 lux LED. So you have to turn off your light inside the room. So if you turn on the light, maybe the image is not so clear because only 20 lux. For the professional or office use, it's more than 3,000 lux. It's quite different. So this is low-end type. Since this LED projector is low-end, but it's function enough for kids, they learn English by themselves, or they just plug in the microphone, they can just sing a song, just like using karaoke. The second case study is for iPad projector. This project also comes from same customer. At that time, when the iPad just introduced to the market, at that time, my customer, they just thinking, is that possible to build a module or build an extra device, connect with the iPad, and turn this iPad into a projector? This is the original concept. So for this first image, this is a scenario. Before we go industrial design, we make so many kind of scenario. This is scenario one. Just like a sales manager, Dennis, he preparing all the stuffs for meeting with customer. Because he need to take a lot of stuff with him, including his notebook, iPad, accessory, everything. So this is scenario. After that, product design must be as light and slim as possible for salesmen. So this is another scenario. We just simulate when the salesman, he meet with his customer, what he looks like in the scenario. And this is scenario 3. This is today is a 3-person meeting. The iPad projector must be very handy. In this image, you can see when I'm sitting in front of my customer, the iPad just put it in front of me. So that means the head of the projector must be with the function to turn vertical. So this is the key function. The project manager must be write it down. The projector of the lens must be turned to right or turned to left when the salesman is using it. So this is key word. Must be designed in design stage. And this is scenario 4. Scenario 4 means just like the image I show you. This is a 3-person meeting, but it could be happen. Maybe the boss of the company just pass the meeting room. He said, "Okay, Dennis, today you show us a lot of interesting things, but I would like to invite more people join in the big room." So in that case, the scenario is changed. So we have to shift everything to the bigger room, and the iPad must be connected with the ability to connect with the office projector. So this is another key word. The project manager must understand the head of the projector must turn left and turn right. Also, this device could be connected with office projector. This is another key word. So the project manager must write it down and pass off the design requirement to the design department. So for this stage, design sketch is started. The designer will collect all of the meeting records or specification from project department. So the designer could follow the design requirement and start to the sketch and developing the enclosure. So this is one of the sketch. The designer start to developing all kinds of possibility to develop the iPad projector. This is sketch. After that, the designer start to building the CAD model by using 3CAD software like Rhino or SolidWorks. After that, when the 3D modeling is set, we can using the rendering software to make the material just looks like real. And also considering all kinds of design requirements, we can put a lot of accessory inside the body. So far, the image you see still computer work. And this is proposal 1. We developed so many kinds of design. This is proposal 1. And this is proposal 2. This is how a design project was processed. The section 3 is about the product manufacturing. Here you can see my company worked with a very famous design school, art center, located in Los Angeles. At that time, they gave me an assignment. We have to build the working prototype for them. The left drawing is offered by Art Center College of Design. They give me that drawing, and I have to build a final working prototype like this. Actually, this is a design competition. The target of the design competition is to build a personal mobility. Means you have to design a gear or a device that is for personal mobility. So this is one of the design. Actually, this is a suitcase. But for some scenario, like Hong Kong airport or Singapore airport, the airport is quite large. When you would like to moving from point A to point B, it takes quite a lot of time. So once, when your plane ready to take off, you must use your suitcase, and you just need a push, very simple push, and then the suitcase will turn into a 3-wheel scooter. This is the original idea. And when we're ready to communicate with prototype company, you should prepare some materials for yourself. As I mentioned, the key point that you would like to talk to prototyping company, there are 3 things is very important. CMF. C means color. You can use the Pantone color chip to assign any color you want. The second is M. M means material. That means in your drawing, you have to describe very clear what is your material you would like to apply. For example, maybe you want this part used by aluminum, or use ABS, or use transparent acrylic. You have to tell your vendor what is that. So you have to use all kinds of guidebook to follow. And the third one is CMF. The final one is finish. Finishing means how the service will look like. We have 3 kinds of label. It's very common to use. The first one is glossy, and matte, and flat. Such kind of different kind of label represent different kind of reflectiveness. Otherwise, the factory don't understand what you want. And for next stage, you in your project process, you might need a small batch samples. There are 3 kinds of way to prepare it. The first one, of course, everybody understanding is a CNC milled. You can request the factory to do it. Small batch samples with different labels in requirement or purpose, along with the project is going. It could be made by CNC or soft tooling. In the early stage of your project, you might need 1 or 2 sets for function test, or for pitch, or for meeting with VC, for short video, or for short video, for crowdfunding. An easy way is CNC made for 1 or 2 sets. Or you should consider using soft tooling or silicone mold to produce more if you are more than 1. If you need more than 20 sets, you can consider to use silicone tooling or soft tooling. Prototype made by soft tooling is more cost effective comparing with CNC made, but quality also lower than CNC made. 25 sets is limitation for the cycle of soft tooling mode. Once your project goes to production, pilot run is the right timing to prepare the samples with the quality of production ready. Pilot run samples are made by hot tooling. Any quantity you can have it. And for the manufacturing and the tooling management, there are 5 keywords you must know before you talk to your tooling partner. First one is cavity. Cavity, you can assign 1 cavity in 1 mode, or you can assign multi-cavity in mode, or we call family mode, means you can put part A, part B, part C joined together in 1 mode. I prepare some samples there. So there you can see what is 1 cavity, what is multi-cavity, and what is for family mode. And for finish, I just remind everybody, there are 3 levels, including glossy, flat, and matte you can assign. And for resin material, as mentioned, there are lots of options, including ABS, PC ABS, PC, or even soft material we call TPR or TPU. You can use it. And for the gate, it's very hard to explain. Maybe later everybody can come to me. I will show you what is gate. You have kinds of option according to your requirement. Sometimes you need a very small gate. We call pinpoint gate, but it's more expensive than direct gate. And also for the mold material, you have many kinds of options, including P20 is very common to see, or NAK80, or Starbucks 420. This kind is a stainless material. They will make sure your surface will highly polish, just like a mirror. But the molds are also expensive than others. Here you can see single cavity, multi-cavity, family mold, glossy, flat, and matte for finish. And for resin material, You can choose ABS or PC ABS or PMMA. Such kind of material for everyone with his own spec. So you have to define what kind of material you have to use in advance. You cannot change the spec in the middle because the shrink rate is quite different. Once you already assign, you cannot change it. And for the gate, we have a direct gate, indirect gate, or pinpoint. And the more material, we have P20, NAC 80, or Starbucks 420. And this is the example. The single cavity means in one mode in one cavity in your mode. Once the mode is open, you just only look at only one cavity in your mode. And also you can consider multi-cavity. Once your sales production is raised, you need more cavity for production efficiency. For example, if you have only a single cavity in one mode, that means in one day's production, maybe 8 hours or 10 hours, you can produce only 500 or 1,000 because you have only one cavity. Once you have more quantity demand, you can consider multi-cavity. Here you can see a lot of same parts put in one mode. So we can call it multi-cavity. If you have more sales quantity demand, you can consider multi-cavity. And what is a family mode? Family mode means in the beginning, you don't have a very big market demand. You can consider put all of your parts in one mode, only in one mode. You can put different kinds of parts together, just like a family. It's more cheap to consider compared to multi-cavity, and also cost-effective and more efficiency. Once the mode is open, you can get 4 or 5 parts in one molding cycle. And this page is for inspection criteria. Actually, inspection criteria is quite professional. I don't want to express too deep because I don't know either. So because here you can see there are 3 levels, very basic level: MI, MA, or CR. MI means very minor defect, just like typing error, good quality. So this is very minor. Your product still can use, but the description on user menu is fake, is failed, because some area is mistake. Or color with discrepancy. All these kind of defects we call the minor defects. But for the second, major defect means scratch on product service, just like that. If you get a new car for yourself, and the first day you see a scratch line on your product, I don't think you will accept it. So this is a major defect. Or some kind of a very special situation. This year, I got one table from IKEA. The table with 3 legs. And of course, I need 4 screws. But actually, when I take the package to my home and I assemble the table, finally I found I only got 3 screws. So finally, the final leg cannot be assembled. So such kind of a situation we call major defect because the product cannot be used. So this is kind of the situation of major defect, or such kind of a very serious defect on service. Means that your customer will complain to you about your product situation. But for this kind, I don't think most of the customer will complain or refund. I don't think so. But for this one, I think if your product exists major defect, I think you will be very busy because your online store or the tangible store will call you every day because of your product with such kind of a major defect. And what is the critical defect? Critical defect means my passport injure the user like this. Your customer will suit you. This is, I believe this is Samsung mobile phone. So please, your product never happen about critical defect that will kill you and your company. And this is a very useful method about inspection method. A lot of startups or crowdfunding team come to me. They discuss with me about quality level. Sometimes they show me like that. Dennis, please see it. There exists some scratch. Can you see it? And please remove the scratch for me. But this is wrong. Why? Here you can see. When inspector check the quality, you cannot see it like this distance. We have international regulation. You have to check your object in a certain distance from 45 centimeter. 45 centimeter is very common in the industry. And I check the data from Sony. They use 50 centimeter. So that means when you want to check the quality, if it is okay or not okay, please, you cannot see it like this. You have to see it like this distance, minimum 45 centimeter. But this is not fixed. You can discuss with your EMS factory what is the acceptable distance for checking the quality. Some company use 30 centimeters, some company use 50. So this is negotiable. You can talk to your vendor. So this is a very basic techniques to talking about inspection method. Also, I suggest that you can key in some keyword, something like inspection standard in the Google. You can download a lot of the material, including Sony material. You can download it and check it, and prepare some of the specification for yourself. You don't need to just follow 100% follow some kind of any company. Don't need. You can create of your own. And section 4 is about the portfolios, what we work with our customer and startups before. I work with many crowdfunding team. As here you can see, there are some examples. The first one is Century. They funded from Kickstarter more than 300,000 US dollars. This project already shipped out more than 5,000. The project still works today. Maybe I can show the video to everybody. Oh, sorry. Sorry, maybe later because wireless connection. And this is another example. The team comes from Japan. We also prepare the sample you can use later. This is an input device for the user to use this device by using their gesture input, and you can use some kind of game. And this is another device for touching sensor. And this product is created by a very small team. This small company, only 3 persons, but it consists of 3 countries, including Hong Kong, Singapore, and Japan. And we will deliver the first 1,000 middle of this month. And we prepare to ship another 3,000 next month. And this is another project the Ella just mentioned. This is an immersive technology for a better view. And this is a cooking device. Later, Sam Young will introduce this more detail about this. And also, he prepared some delicious food by using this device. Everybody can enjoy it later. And Mr. Yang will share more of this information to us and about his story, how to develop this product. From here is some of the example my company work for startups and crowdfunding team. This is industrial design and mechanical design, including some IoT device, LED projector, or even we design a coffee mug for Starbucks Taiwan, and including some mechanical devices. And this is a submarine. Of course, it's a scale prototype, around 25% smaller than original one. This is a project we cooperated with Portugal from Europe. Originally, this idea will be with the ability for 2 men to dive to the deep sea, around 300 meters. We have a week. We have only a month to develop this prototype from zero to the product is complete. And this is also working prototype. This is what I mentioned. The original one is a suitcase, but when you needed this suitcase into a 3-wheel scooter, you just need a small push, and it will turn into a 3-wheel scooter. Of course, this is dummy. This is not workable. When the Art Center College of Design requests me to do it, I have only 17 days, 17 calendar days. I have to finish this job, including using FedEx door-to-door deliver to them. I have only 14 days, but finally we did it. These 2 prototypes, I charge them around $30,000. And also my company can do injection and tooling for customers. We do a lot for crowdfunding team and startups. And also we have a very good partner, Ray from MITE. The company have so many facility to in charge of PCB assembly. They have so many SMT facility can do it. So once you just give me your CAD file, not CAD file. You just give me your Gerber file and the BOM list. We can do it for you. Even you need 10 sets only, we can do it for you. So it's very flexible for you to produce your first PCB assembly. Actually, in Taiwan, it's very convenient for global startups to do everything, because Taiwan actually is a small island. But this small island with the ability to do hardware and software integration is very easy for everybody. But if you stay in China, it will take you longer time. When you move from point A to point B, maybe it takes you one day. But 1 day in Taiwan or in Taipei, you can do many things. This is our expertise, especially for IoT startups team to put everything together. Thank you. This is my portfolio today. Thank you.
Hello. So, any questions that I would want to ask? Anything related to industrial design, mechanical, and maybe we have some partner related to EE. Yeah.
I have a very simple question. Because the whole process for product design is so complicated. And what kind of software you use for project management and also for communication? Because all the traditional ways by email and it's really like a very time consuming and also.
Yes, this is most way we use. Because why I say so? Because behind me means we have a lot of very traditional supplier, like a tooling, like an injection. They are so old. So I cannot use a too technical way to communicate with them. Be honest, sometimes I have to use fax. Do you know what is fax? Do you know? Maybe you don't know. But some of them, until today, they still use fax. They don't have any email. But the lucky thing is that they are very close to my company. I can use bike, I can use motorcycle, I can drive my car to talk to them. Or I just make a phone call, they will come to me. So it's not a trouble for me. I never met any trouble with them because not that difficult. Yes.
My experience is there's a lot of small professional vendors in Taiwan, but they are so professional, but they're probably not good at communication or in English. So we need someone like Dennis to manage them and make sure the quality will deliver what you are looking for. So that's how the ecosystem is working now, because not every one of them are so international, but they are in Taiwan. They are so professional in a specific area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I share my experience. If I knock door to the kind of all the way supplier, sometimes I'm lucky because such kind of old operation system. Such kind of boss, they are not a businessman. They are willing to share more technology or share their experience with me. So sometimes such kind of old-fashioned is good thing to me. Once I call to the very big scale, everything's well management. Maybe I cannot ask him any question unless I have appointment with them. So sometimes it's quite different. So sometimes if I make a contact with such kind of old system, I can get more information from them. Everything is free charge because there's such kind of old system. They would like to share everything with everyone. Yes.
That's kind of like a Taiwanese style. So any other questions related to professional or culture, anything related? No.
You mentioned that a lot of Kickstarter projects have unrealistic timeframes. Can you maybe share a little bit about the timeframes it actually takes to first ship for like a IoT project or your projector project, for example? What's a realistic timeframe?
Sorry, 那个 Alan 他的意思是说，跑一个 IoT 的专案大概要多久嘛？
对。
Oh.
So probably you can speak in Chinese. So the schedule to complete the hardware project, right? So Dennis, you have a slide showing the development schedule, right?
This one. From kickoff all the way to shipping. If everything goes smoothly, you takes around 10 months to 12 months. It takes a year. Normally, according to my experience, it takes almost 1 year. From project kickoff all the way to shipping. But under such kind of situation, every phase must goes smoothly without any delay. That's my experience.
So I want to ask one more question. Where do we start with the certificate? Where do we start with the certificate?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Certificate, like CEFCC. Yeah. Certification, sorry.
It should be here.
Okay.
Because such kind of certification all applied in EE area, not for mechanical. Maybe David could answer some question for me.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sitting at David. Okay, about the certification, generally, okay, we will do that at the DVT phase. Okay, so at the DVD phase, maybe at the same time, we will do two things in parallel. One is we will do the reliability test and the certification in parallel. And for certification, in general, we will need around 3 weeks for pre-test. And after 3 weeks, this is in general, okay. After 3 weeks, for FCC and CE, maybe we will need 4 weeks for application. For formally to official application to get the license. Yeah. So is this answer your question? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you, David, for helping me.
Okay, so that means that you need to consider the certification schedules within your project management, right? Otherwise, you will be delayed based on the certification process. Yeah. Any other questions, or maybe any experience you want to share?
Yeah, about certification and the other will be presented in next chapter. Yeah, by me.
2 weeks after? 2 weeks after?
It's March 17th. Yeah.
Because David is a double E background, he can share more of his experience to everybody. You can ask him any question free of charge.
So any other questions? So if not, we'll probably move to the kitchen bot to share with their experience doing the project. So let's welcome Sam from Kitchen Bot.
Thank you. So thank you, Dennis, shared so many information about the hardware producing, and I am the co-founder of Kitchen Bot, and today I want to show the first crowdfunding product, how we from an idea to a crowdfunding. I'm Sam. I'm from the Kitchen Bot, and I'm a double E engineer. Also, in my team, I take care about the hardware design, also the hardware production. So I spent a lot of time to discuss with Dennis. Also, because we are doing a cooking device, so I am the tester in our team. After we have experience, we will produce a lot of food, and my responsibility is all of them. In my opinion, the startup just like an RPG game. So everyone starts from a novice, and you start from the level 1. So the level 1 is you need to get an idea to have a hardware startup. So probably 1 year ago, I still not have the idea to what should I do. So I joined a team called Mocoversity. They have an IoT study group. And in this study book, I meet my partner, Caesar. Caesar is a software engineer. I'm a hardware engineer. And we build a study group, and I say, I show you the hardware knowledge, and you still can share me some software engineer information like the Node.js, something like that. But we spend a lot of time to teach each other. About 1 month, and we think, oh, it's too late because we cannot learn anything from each other. It takes a long time to learn about the software and hardware. So we make a deal. We do it together. So next situation, we want to go to the seed studio. We want to make a hackathon, and we need a topic to make hackathon. So we think about what kind of topic is fun? And in the hackathon topic is they want to make a new developer kit called Reform. Reform is a phone kit for a wireless connector, Bluetooth connector. And we want to make a Reform connect to the Wi-Fi and use the Wi-Fi command to to control the cooker to cook the food. So we think if any method to cook is easy, or use the science way to cooking. So we find there are a cooking method called science cooking, and they're talking about this is egg, and the egg will become different the situation in different temperature. So if we can control the temperature well, also the meat, the steak. So if we can control the temperature well, then we can get a good result of our food. This is our idea. So we start make our prototype. So this is the reform kit, and we buy electronic hot pump in Shenzhen, and we connect all the things and use the Wi-Fi to download command to the reform and to get a principal temperature control and to cook the egg. And we very successful in that idea. So we come back to Taiwan. We have a competition called Mobile Hero. In 2 years ago, the Mobile Hero won some IoT device idea. So we think we can make a smart plug to improve our traditional cooker, become a smart cooker, then we can make a revolution. So we start to think we can bring our idea to this competition. Also, we got a good result at this competition. And this is our prototype at that time. I will never forget that this is our first cooked steak. This is our first sous vide steak in our project. You can see, because we make our device in a coffee shop, so we cannot cook in coffee shop. So we cook in the raw. Sorry. You see, we have a pot and it's a raw, and we use a fire gun to make this meat. This meat is already cooked in the rice cooker, and we need to make some manner effect to make it more taste more good. So we need to use a fire gun to make it more juicy or more smell well. So Caesar control the fire gun, I'm going to take the camera. This is our first step. We all engineers didn't know how kind of methods work. So we try a lot of things. So we use a small fire gun, right? And next time you will see a next movie is a big one. Okay, it's almost finished. It looks great and tastes very delicious. And the next one is this. We buy a new fire gun and yellow one, and we want to cook 7. We want to know if we do the same thing in 7, does it how it tastes? So we try this. You can see the movie. It's very big fun. Okay, it's very short because it's very dangerous. We stop it very quickly. Okay, so we, after that we got our idea. We still want to move our idea to the market. We want to know if we build this product, if anybody want to buy it. So we use a typhoon to make the questionnaire, and also we go to the market and ask people, can you answer me some question? And face to some expert. We go to restaurant, go to university to ask some chef to help us does this work. And also we join some startup competition, because we not only want to know the product work or not, we still want the business is work or not. So we join some startup competition. Because we want to make some survey, so we need a new device, because the last one, the blue one, look very like a maker. Also, this looks like maker, but seems better. So we use this machine and to go to the last East Maker Fair, Taipei, and we make some papers there in the tree. And we give them some food and ask them if do you think this food good and do you buy this? And probably lots of people want to buy our machine. It's a good idea, a good start. And also we want to make more feedback. This is sure meeting handled from the Mac Pro team. They have called short time or short hour every Thursday night. So we go to this room and give some little presentation and ask them to have some more detailed feedback to me to know about the function of the test. Also, in the two case, we just share the food. And in this case, we go to a Chenping bookstore. And we want to invite some people to cook with us. So we have a pudding party. And we go to the Chenping bookstore and invite people come here and teach them how to cook pudding and use our machine and how they think about our machine. This is for the users. Also, Yu Jie-Chen is a professor from the Kaohsiung University of Hospitality and Tourism. And he is the first sous vide book writer in Taiwan. So we go to Kaohsiung and ask him to give us some idea if this machine work or does I need any improvement. Yes, he thinks it's good, and also he can help us to generate some cooking data. Also, this is Chen Qi-wen professor. He used our machine to join Korea cooking competition and get a golden award. So it means our product probably is work even if a global competition. So the function is okay, so we need to go to our business. So we go to a Taiwan startup competition called FITI, from IP to IPO, and it takes a long time, about 3 months. There's a lot of expert, mentor to teach you about the business, lean campus or something like that. And they ask us to think about how we sell our device, or does the people take it or not. Also, we got another competition is handled by Acer. Also, we got some good result. So the marketing is okay because the function, the basic, probably seems okay. So we can move the next stage. We want to do some crowdfunding. We want to show everybody our device. So we need to prepare startup. The first thing is, this is our demo of prototype. But if this prototype is on the crowdfunding video, it's probably got a very big problem. So we need another one. We will need a new ID design. So we go to find the ID engineer and help us to make 3 new ID. And we want to know which one is people like it. So we make a type phone and put 3 different kind of device in our type phone. And this is the first type. Put all things together and add some feedback. And next one, we make a fake door, fake web page or fake landing page. Everyone log into go into this landing page will show you different device, like this or this or this. So you go into this landing page and you just see one product, and you will choose do you buy it or not. So we got 2 different feedback from put all devices together and separate in different landing page. And the result is they like this one. So in the end, we want to build this machine. So this is just a prototype image, right? So we need CNC markup. So go to Metro, ask Dennis to help us. So we give him all the 3D files, and he helped us to negotiate with the CNC factory. Because I'm in double engineer, I didn't know how to talk with the traditional factory. He helped us to do that, and also take a lot of photo and the video for us. So like this, and this is our machine. At first CNC, we still need make a painting. So this is the result of the first markup. It seems pretty good. When we first time to see our product, I just think, wow, amazing. It's amazing. Because in the past, I just a 3D printing product. It's very different. And so finally, we can to make a crowdfunding video. This is our crowdfunding video. Sorry about the Chinese voice, but English subtitle. So the first time we cook in road, so this time we cook in the kitchen is right. So it's different the cooking style. It's traditional cooking style for the steak, and this is our perfect steak. The best thing to have a crowdfunding is you can become a movie star in your crowdfunding video. You can see me in there. You see that? So I just want to be a movie star, so I make this crowdfunding. Okay. So everything is ready. The video is ready. The markup is ready. So next thing is we need to do some called pre-campaign, because you are hardware setup and you just put your device on the crowdfunding page. Nobody know about you. So you need to start to tell people you will start to prepare this campaign, and we make a landing page, and tell my friend to put some Facebook ad to tell people we start to make this machine, and ask them to fill some email to us, and we collect about 4,000 people to want to join us. So the number is enough so we can start our crowdfunding. So go back to crowdfunding, we face the first question is my partner Caesar and me we are engineers. We didn't know about the crowdfunding. We studied a lot. We find a lot of study case from the website, but we still did not know how to do it well. So we go to find the back founder. The back founder help us to take the video and also take the story of our campaign. So finally, we successful on our crowdfunding. Thank you. And but there are still a lot of things you need to do it yourself. Like we need to do this is our Facebook fans page. You need to handle your fans, operate your fans page yourself. And also, there are a lot of people will ask about your machine's question. You need to answer them. Your outsourcing or your helper didn't know about your device, so you still need to do it yourself. Also, the crowdfunding, when doing this crowdfunding, I be very sad. Why? Because every product will have its hater. So we got some hater. They say, also the temperature control device, we can buy it from Taobao, from China. It's very cheap. You just connect with the Wi-Fi, you connect with Bluetooth. Why you sell so many monies? And also you get the professional chef probably say, this machine just cook with rice cooker. Probably it is not professional enough for the service cooking. So they will give you a lot of negative message. And in the beginning, I feel very sad about that. And I probably just 5 or 6 people just say about that, but you will concentrate on them. Finally, I find it's wrong. You need to do your product well. And because we can crowdfunding successful, means still a lot of people like our device. So I need to concentrate on develop my product, make it well, and ignore the negative messages. So the crowdfunding finish, the final stage is mass production. In that stage, I do in the mass production. So I think the first thing you need to do is find a good partner. The partner can separate into parts. One is mechanical part and the double E part. But the choosing, in my opinion, the choosing the idea is not how it's cheap or not, and if not only give you the good product, but also they will teach you a lot. Just like Danny say, a lot of staff will go to ask him. A lot of producing process, the language is very different to our normal language. You didn't know what the traditional company, what are they talking about? What is about like carry or something like that. We didn't know about the language. So you need to, need a person. They are very kindly to teach you a lot of things. So when you do the first crowdfunding, the first thing is not choosing the cheapest company. Or you need to do is choosing a person who can teach you more. And another thing is the cost. So the second thing is cost. The cost, I think there are two kinds of different costs. One is one-time fee, and the other is BOM cost. The idea is BOM cost is low, is good, but probably you want the low BOM cost, it will make your one-time fee up, because like the mod fee. just like the Dennis said, if you build all your device in one mod, probably the mod fee is less. But in the future, when you mass production your device, the BOM fee will go high. So you need to think about it. But if you take too many one-time fee, probably it's very difficult for you to, for your company's financial problem. And also the double E part, because you start going 1 to 100 or 1,000. And probably your first markup is using the Arduino or the Raspberry Pi to build your device. But in the past, you can buy your component in Taobao, in Guanghua, in Mouser, something like this kind of component provider. But when you want to become a mass production, you need to find some distribution. And every component, every chip, or even if a resistor, small resistor, have its or different distributor. You need to talk to them, different peoples, a lot of peoples, and then you need to spend a lot of time to talk about MOQ, mass order, a minimum order quality. Probably will tell you you need to buy it 1K one time or 3K one time, and the leading time. Because you go the crowdfunding, you promise your baker, say, oh, probably I will deliver you your product in middle of this year. But probably your component cannot arrive before you mass production your device. So leading time will become a problem. If the market probably cannot provide you need to find another one. It takes you a long time to find a different distributor. Also, the final thing is the price. The price is related to the quantity. Sometimes you just want to buy 1K device, and they tell you, if you buy 1K, it will cost you probably $2. And he will ask you, if you buy 3K, it just costs you $1.5. So you should buy more or less. You need to make the choice. It's a problem. And finally, I think after the crowdfunding, after the first mass production, I think the most important thing is the service. A good service, in my opinion, the good service means the good product. So a lot of crowdfunding product, they will manage their Facebook, the fans page. They will manage it very well, and year by year, month by month, day by day, and to provide the best service. So the best service means the people always want to buy your things. So the idea is continue to do your service in the future, not just make a good product. And in the end, I hope you can test our provider delicious food later. And also, if please kind to click like in for our Facebook page. Thank you.
Okay. Hello. Okay, thank you so much, Kitchbot, and thank you so much, Dennis. We have pizza and beer in the back for you guys to enjoy. If you enjoy this event, our next event, as we said, is going to be Friday, March 17th, and David, right here from SlingX, will be our speaker, and he will be talking about POC to product, 8 key processes in design paths. So thank you guys for coming.